Today we call ourselves African Grant Makers Network, isn't it? Yeah. So we suggest in words that we give grants. And grants is money, isn't it? And I want to remind you, we are not giving money. We do also give money. But our motivation and the objectives of what we want to achieve have to be, first and foremost, a cause in which we build a chain of solidarity. That's the second word I want to leave with you. And the reason why it's so important, it's different, it's because we are not expected to have a one-way movement where we grant, we give. When I say solidarity, I mean you develop empathy with the social group you decide to embrace. You listen to that social group. You define with them what are the issues together, them and you want to address. And even the ways these groups are organized, because they are doing their own things, regardless of us or not, they are doing their own things. We are not discovering them. So you have to listen to how they are organized and how they have been dealing for centuries with their own issues. And how do you bring that then to the cause you have embraced and say, let's work together. So our role as the so-called grant makers here, I would like us to think and to redefine it in a humble way in which we want to work and to work with Africans, with our fellow Africans on this continent. Fortunately, now we have some Africans who are wealthy enough to decide that they have to share their resources with other Africans. But the type of sharing we have to develop as African philanthropists, for me, it has to be clearly balanced within this issue of your time, your knowledge, your experience, the building of synergies you can build, you can bring to the fore, and then a little bit of money, so that money is not what it matters more when you talk of philanthropy for us. If we value only money, we will be faced with issues of sustainability, because money can come, money can go, but what will be always there is that sense of solidarity in which with humility we work with others. Most of us, I hope I'm wrong, most of us, the money, the financial resources which allow us to be grant makers are not coming from African hands. They're coming from other people's hands. And you may have a very substantive budget, but you are dependent on somebody else of dropping it. Either every year, every 3 years, every 5 years, it doesn't matter. But you are dependent on someone to feed your ideas and your capacity to do the grant making. This is not going to be. With those who, yes, it's right that you decided that you're going to focus on education. But please work with those who can produce food in the area where you are working. Because if children have no food, they're not going to perform well in education. You may have chosen that you want to work on health, but please work with those who can provide food to people, because if they have food and nutritious food, they will be less affected by disease. Open up your minds in terms of how do we complement one another. I know there is this obsession of saying, oh no, because I have to be very efficient, and if I embrace many cases, I will not be able to perform well. I'm not saying become an agriculturist. I'm saying work with those who are doing agriculture and make sure that you complement one another in the area where you